What's up, guys? Hellish Hero Animations doing another um, unboxing slash review on a group of figures that I knew of, but I wasn't too big of a fan of the property. These are Disney characters, but I recently watched, I will give you a hint. I recently watched Hook with Robin Williams, maybe like last month, and I genuinely really liked it. So it got me back into that series or that story. If you've seen Hook, you should know what the story was about. But and I wanted merchandise from that series. So another hint, I've also been wanting minimates. I bought my custom Faith Connors minimate last month, so if you haven't seen that video, check it out. But yeah, I wanted some merchandise, and what I really wanted was out of my out of budget, so I settled for these figures, these minifigures, and luckily I got them to auction. I believe it's the second or third auction I've won where no one else bid it. So, I guess these figures aren't really that sought out. They were made in 2013, so they are decently old, and these were, I believe, a Disney Store exclusive. I don't know if Art Asylum has done any more Disney properties like this, but yeah, this is one of the first, or this was the first. So as you can see, I got Peter Pan. I've always been familiar with the series, but I wouldn't really say I was a fan. Now I would say I'm a casual fan. I adore Peter Pan, the Lost Boys, Captain Hook, Wendy, all the characters. I adore them now that I'm older. I appreciate the story a little bit more than I did when I was younger. I haven't seen the original movies in years. The first movie was in 1953. And the sequel, which is about Peter Pan taking Wendy's daughter Jane to Neverland, I think it was like in the early mid 2000s. And I haven't seen both movies in years. Nope. So yeah, so this first box set, there were three. See, we get Peter Pan, Cubby, Toodles, and Nibs. And a tiny little Tinkerbell. Let's see. Peter Pan. When boys in our world are lost, they go away to Neverland, where they never had to grow up. Led by Peter Pan, the lost boys known as Cubby, Toodles, and Nibs spend their days hunting in the woods and battling pirates. But as fun as that can be, they still miss their mothers. Yeah. The original book is a lot darker. I highly recommend you guys, there's a video on YouTube talking about the true dark origin of Peter Pan. I highly recommend you watch it. It just blows your mind if you grew up watching these movies or being a Peter Pan fan. Disney's representation is a lot more lighthearted than the book representation. But so here are Wendy's brothers, Michael and John. If you can see. Got a big Tinkerbell who's cute, and we get Captain Hook. And so we got some more dialogue. Captain Hook has a good reason to hate Peter Pan. After all, it was Peter who made him lose his hand to a crocodile after Hook forces the fairy Tinkerbell to reveal the location of Pan's hideout. He then kidnaps Pan's friends, Michael and John, to lure his enemy into the open. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I also have gotten Disney Plus, so I've been meaning to rewatch these movies. Oh my gosh. Oh geez. The last set, I wasn't realizing it was that big. Yeah, so kind of sucky. The only way you could get Wendy was if you bought the pirate ship, which is cool, but yeah. And you get Mr. Smee, who was like Captain Hook's second in command. So Peter Pan pirate ship. You get Wendy and Mr. Smee. So I was thinking about getting some wire and hanging these on my ceiling because Peter Pan can fly. So I thought it'd be cool. Wow, Peter Pan pirate ship. So it says, the Jolly Roger is the pirate ship of Captain Hook, scourge of the seas surrounding Neverland, and Smee is Hook's faithful assistant. In an attempt to capture Peter Pan, Hook and Smee kidnap Wendy Darling and her brothers, using her as bait to lure the leader of the Lost Boys. So I kind of hate to open this considering how old it is, but I want to display these guys. You guys know me by now. I like to display my figures, and sometimes I'll put them back in their packaging. So I definitely will be keeping the packaging, but of course I won't be able to reseal it. Um, yeah. So without further ado, let's get to the review. Okay, guys, we are now part two and first thoughts. Um, I really do adore these figures. Now, unfortunately, the boxes were beat up, which I was not aware of, and these figures were in their box since 2013. So, they are in decent shape. But yeah, so not too many complaints. I see some like paint errors in some areas on some figures, but it's not that big of a deal. I like how Wendy's shoulder pieces are kind of warped because they've been in the packaging for so long, which is unfortunate. Um, so yeah, I mean, this is a neat little set. What I said earlier was that the figures. Now Disney did do. I mean, Diamond Select Toys did do other Disney properties. They did Alice in Wonderland, well, the movies, or at least the second movie, Through the Looking Glass. They did some Pirates of the Caribbean figure characters, and they've done Kingdom Hearts. So I'm not sure if they've done any other Disney properties, but I believe it began with Peter Pan. I could be wrong though. Yeah, but like I said, I adore these figures. Yeah. So I will briefly go over each figure. As you can see, I kind of posed everybody around the pirate ship, which is a cool thing on its own. It's my second. It's considered a mini-mate playset. It's my second playset. My first being the AVP armored personnel carrier from the Aliens movie. I also own that I got pre-owned, but it's at my relative's house in storage, so I do not have it with me. But yeah, so for starters, let's start off with. I apologize for the noise in the background, my family. Um, so for starters, we have Wendy. I mean, she is adorable. She looks just like her character from the movie. Yeah, like I said, pretty basic. Like it's only sucky thing is that her shoulder pieces are warped. So yeah, they're supposed to be pointy. But I believe in the movie. Like I said, it's been so long since I've seen it. Her and her brothers were in their night clothes, so their outfits are pretty basic, pretty standard. But yeah, I love Wendy. I adore her. I adore her face. Believe this is her brother. Let me see, Michael. Yeah, so this is Michael. His articulation's okay. Yeah, I don't think his feet are individual. Like you can't take them off. Like I said, pretty basic. He's okay. This is Nibs, and he looks like a skunk. From what I remember, what I saw, there are only two Lost Boy figures they did not make, and those were two twin characters who had the same kind of costume on. But yeah, he's okay. It'd have been cool if they came with some accessories. This cute little Tinkerbell came attached to Peter Pan, which is really, really awesome. She has no face detail though. Tink herself, wow. Yeah, she is adorable. She looks just like, the character from the movie. And I'm actually a casual Tinkerbell fan. I love Tinkerbell. I've seen a little bit of the spin-off series Disney made a couple of years ago. Yeah. So my only con with her is that Her wing piece doesn't really sit that well. It's pretty loose on her back. Other than that, she's very solid. We have Cubby, if I remember pretty well from the movie. Yeah, he's cool. Just a fat, chunky little boy. I dig him. Let's see. We have, I believe, John. Yeah, John. So John's hat is molded to his hair, so it's not removable. He comes with this little umbrella, and yeah, just like with Wendy and Michael. Yeah, he's pretty basic. But he does come with the umbrella, which is cool. We have Mr. Smee, who looks awfully friendly, considering he's supposed to be also an antagonist. But he looks nice and cool and colorful. Looks just like his character from the movie. So I dig it. Let's see. Last we got Nibs. No, Toodles. He looks cool. He's a rabbit. I think he's a jackrabbit. Nice detail on him. Like I said, been nice. The Lost Boys came with some accessories, but they do not. Oh man. So then we have. Oh, there goes Captain Hook. We have Peter Pan, who some people think his face looks a little creepy, and I do slightly agree. But it's Peter Pan, so I mean he's the meat and potatoes of the set. So yeah, very colorful, nice detail on him. Comes with a little dagger. Yeah. And last but not least, maybe I would say my three favorites are Tinkerbell, Peter Pan, and Captain Hook. And the fourth would be Wendy. So Captain Hook, you might not be able to see his face all that well. Yeah, he's solid. See if I can get his hats off. There we go. See, so Captain Hook is very solid. This is glued to him, so yeah, be mindful of that sheath. Yeah, so Captain Hook is very solid. I dig him. Probably one of my favorite Disney villains. So briefly, I don't know how much time I have. The ship was a little difficult to put together, but it's very nice. I'm surprised how tall these sails are. These are planks that you can pull out. It has a secret compartment right here. The cannons are also articulated. These down here. This whole thing can come off, and this opens up. Let's see. Oh, let's see. There we go. This opens up, revealing Captain's quarters. The doors open. That's pretty nice. So like I said, this is a little playset on its own. Nicely detailed, nicely made. Wheels at the bottom. Might not be able to see it that well. So like I said, for this to be 2013. Oops, sorry. Yeah, for this to be 2013, these figures still hold up in my opinion. They look just like the characters, and they're decently inexpensive. I mean, for all three sets, it may cost you maybe like $40-50, which is what around I paid. Like I said, I'm not complaining. So if you like Peter Pan, like minimates, like Disney properties, like Disney merchandise, I recommend these figures. They still stand up even though they're old. So yeah. So I do have a few other packages coming. One containing a custom figure I'm going to make. The other ones being custom figures, custom pieces I'm going to use to make custom Legos. So I guess next video I will do about Legos, show some of my custom Legos that I've made, and I will also be reviewing something a little different than what I usually review, so stay tuned for that. But But yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Peace.